Hello everyone and welcome back to this Let's Play series of Star Trek Online. My name is Winters and you are very welcome. So we are continuing on from where we left off in our last episode. This time we are going to go to Deep Space Nine. And what we're actually going to do is I'm going to give you guys a tour for any new players to the game, or well, even veterans as well. Actually, there might be one or two things here that you didn't know about, but basically Deep Space Nine is the main hub for Jem'hadar characters. So I'm going to give you guys a tour of it, and you can see what it's like. So we have three options. We can beam to Deep Space Nine, we can beam directly to Ops, or we can dock at Deep Space Nine. We're going to pick the dock option. But I suppose I should point out, it doesn't really matter what one you pick. You know, apart from the Ops one. You know, the Ops one obviously will put you in Ops, which may not be where you want to go. But yeah, we've docked to Ops. If we beamed into Deep Space Nine, this is where we would come out. This is where the beam point is. And anyway, yeah. So here we have the Replimat. I'm sure many of you recognize it from the show. I just want to show you here real quick as well. Actually, no, we're going to go this way. So, yeah, here is security. Odo is here as well as Dukan Rex actually. And in the back, if we go in here, you can see we actually do have the prison cells, and we also have a security officer. We may talk about that security officer later on, but just for any veterans who may be wondering, this is where the security officer is. Okay, and we can go around the other way and come back into security. Right, continuing on, we have the main directory here. I suppose I should point out as well that Deep Space Nine wasn't always like this. Look at the detail there on that. And that's something. It's just crazy detail. It's unbelievable. But yeah, Deep Space Nine didn't always look like this. This is actually a new update to the map for the Victory is Life expansion. Here we have the Klingon Deli. You can see Klingon there singing his heart's content. Nothing really major that you want there. Yeah, it's just, you know, it's a bit of flavour. Of course, then we have Quarks here. Deep Space Nine wouldn't be the same without Quark, and of course you have to have Morn, and Quark is there as well, and you can talk to Quark.
What can I get for you?
And he has a whole bunch of stuff there as well. Just checking something real quick. Oh yeah, okay.
What can I get for you?
Yeah, and you can actually play Dabo. You can play Dabo here as well.
Spin the wheel and win.
A quick rundown on Dabo. So you basically type in the amount that you want to bet, which is between 10 and 100. You can then bet up to 3 slots. You can just bet with 1 slot if you want, or 2, or 3. But 3 is the maximum. So we're going to put 100 in here. These are my numbers. I always pick these numbers. 12, 21 and 32. Because according to the wiki, this is only one of a number of possible combinations that if you get the jackpot on this sequence, you win it 3 times over. It's the highest possible amount that you can win in Dabo. Yeah, and I forgot to hit the bet option there. By the way, just in case you're wondering, what you bet is a currency called energy credits. You can see here I'm just under 10 million energy credits. I took some energy credits from my account bank that I have stored there for brand new characters, because I always give every brand new character I create on my main account 10 million to start them off with. So that's where I got those energy credits. Because if you remember in the last episode, I said that we were going to do up or redo my bridge officer abilities. So there you can see I won 230 gold press platinum, and you can see the gold press platinum has gone in down here. We can bet again, and we'll see what we'll win the next time. It You could get a double, which is the 1,000 gold press platinum. You could win 3 doubles, or you might win absolutely nothing. It just depends. It is completely random. But one thing I should point out about double is the longer you play it, the more standard the payout you get. So I think, if memory serves correctly, it's basically a converter to convert energy credits into gold press platinum, and the conversion rate is something like 0.851798, you know, something like that. I'm nearly sure it's 0.8 anyway. That's the conversion rate of energy credits to gold press platinum. So yeah, I think this will be our last hand. We'll continue our tour after this. Okay, quit. Right, let's continue on. Of course, across the hall here we have the Bajorn Temple. DS9 wouldn't be the same without the Bajorn Temple. Nothing to do there. Of course, unless you want to worship the prophets, you can do that. Scattered around the station, there are these turbo lifts. You can go up to the upper level, or you can go to ops via them. You can also get back to your ship by taking any of the airlocks. And when you get to the doors here, you just go in and see return to ship appears here on the right hand side. So any of the airlocks, you can do that. This is just a dead end. There's a guy in here. He sells weapons, I believe it is. Yeah, but they're crap. Don't even bother. Yeah, don't even bother with them. Mail terminal here. There's 1 or 2 of them scattered around the station. You have Garak's shop, which of course is the tailor. So if you want to go and change your costume, by the way, check this out. Look at this. Look, you can actually go into the dressing rooms. Isn't that freaking awesome? And if you see here on the right hand side again, change your outfit, and it will bring you straight into the tailor. So in this case, I would select that guy, modify, and all the tailor options come up, and I can do whatever I want with this guy in the tailor. Cool. Alright, so we're going to cancel out with that. So yeah, any of those dressing rooms will do that. Of course, you can talk to this dude and it'll bring you straight into the tailor again, but you know, for a bit of RP you can get into the actual changing rooms. Okay, continuing on. These are vendors, and honestly they're not worth a damn. There's nothing to do with them. They sell the gear. The gear is crap. It's no good to you whatsoever. It's just to fill out the station. There's another airlock to get back to your ship if you wish. Let's see what else we have. We have another turbo lift there to ops. We have the Jumja stand, and you can purchase Jumja sticks here as well. Only cost 20 EC each. There's another mail terminal. This one, in particular, for Jem'hadar characters, you can actually go through, you know the ceremony that Jem'hadar have for when they get Ketracel White? You can actually go through that here by talking to Laris.
While I live to serve the Founders, can you vouch for the loyalty? Then receive this reward from...
See? You can actually, you know, then receive this reward for your loyalty. May it keep you strong. And you can get free Ketracel White here. You can also get it from your replicator, but anyway, we'll talk about that later. But this is a place where you can get Ketracel White if you need any. Then there's yeah, some weapons. Again, it's crap stuff. You know, you'll get better yourself later on. Yeah. Right. Some more vendors. None of them really any good. Another airlock, and we're almost back where we started. So this is the beam in point. Remember at the start when I said this is where you beam in, and this is the airlock that we came out of. Okay, so no matter which one you pick, if you remember, you come out of either one, turn to the right, and you're right beside the bank and exchange. Okay, so this is the bank and exchange. Here on the right hand side is the bank. If you wish to access your personal bank or your account bank or your fleet bank, this is where you do it. This is where you can store stuff here. Okay. Let's see. I doubt we have anything I want to store. I want to store them actually. yeah, that's okay for now. Right. Then over here is the exchange. Some people may know this as the auction house. This is where players can put up items to sell for X amount of energy credits, and other players can search for and purchase them off those players via this system. So for example, if you remember earlier, I said I was going to redo my bridge officer abilities. Well, one of them, this one here, Beam Fire at Will 3, I had to purchase off the exchange. There's no other way to get it outside of crafting it. I didn't have it crafted, so I was going to purchase it off the exchange from another player. So I typed in Will 3, okay? 3 I's for numeral 3. And you hit search. And there, look, Beam Fire at Will 3. Basically, what I done is I copied the end of the name of the item I was looking for, knowing perfectly well that it would bring up exactly what I wanted. And if I double click on this item here, it will purchase this Beam Fire at Will 3 for 100,000 energy credits, and then it would appear in my inventory here. But you can search for absolutely everything and anything on here. If you want ships, or let's see what comes under Jem'hadar. Not Jem'hadar. Right, we've got Jem'hadar armor, we've got Jem'hadar promotion R&D packs, non-combat pets, Jem'hadar heavy escort carrier. These are all ships, these ones. Jem'hadar heavy escort carrier T6, dreadnought carrier, light battle cruiser, escort carrier, dreadnought carrier, light carrier, or battle cruiser. Yeah, attack ship, they're T5s, strike ship, T6s, more strike ships. Anyway, these are all things that you can purchase off the exchange. As you can see, some of them are an exorbitant amount of energy credits, just absolutely ridiculous. But anyway, this is where you can come to purchase nearly anything that you want in-game from the exchange. Now, if we go across the hall, this is the shipyard. And if you remember earlier in the previous episode where I was going back and forth and I was getting my ships ready, well, this is where the ship manager here. This is basically it on Deep Space Nine. So I switched from this ship to this ship. And actually, I want to change that name. There we go. I'm happy enough with that. Yeah, so this is where you can select your different ships. From this vendor here, then you can have acquire more ships to purchase more ships. You can see here, because now I am aligned with the KDF, all the KDF options have now become available to me, and believe me, there's a lot of them. As you can see here, there is a crap ton. Customize basically is the ship Tailor. This guy is very important. Requisitions ship equipment. Now, he's not the only one. There are actually quite a number of them on Deep Space Nine. Now, what I'm talking about specifically is not this particular guy, that says requisition ship equipment. He is known as a 50% vendor. Now, what does that mean? If you look at this engine battery, okay, and look down here, we will see the value is 200 energy credits. If I sell this battery to this guy by hitting sell here, you can see here I will get 100 energy credits. So basically he is offering me 50% of the value of the item. That goes the same for anything. Look at the value of that item there in the bottom right, and then look at how much I'm going to get from it. It's exactly 50%. Same with this power cell. Look, see, it's value of 20 and I get 10 energy credits for it. Now, if we open up our inventory and click on a replicator, you can see here you can purchase a whole bunch of items from your replicator for X amount of energy credits. If you're stuck, by the way, you can get Ketracel White here for free from your replicator if you need it. Anyway, back to selling stuff. If you notice here, look, I'm not getting the 100 that I was getting from the other guy. So you're only getting whatever it is, 30 or 40% of the value from your replicator. So you're actually getting 10 or 20% more from going to this guy, which is a 50% vendor. And 10 or 20% doesn't sound like a whole lot, but believe me, alright, take my word for it, it adds up freaking quick. It really, really does. Now, the reason why I'm saying that you're probably going to come to this guy is because anytime that you're on Deep Space Nine, you are most likely going to be at the bank or exchange or the shipyard. This whole area here, this whole area is known as the shipyard. So this is your closest 50% vendor. Now, as I said, there's a number of them around the station. Quark is one of them, for example. But because you're most likely going to be around the bank and exchange and the shipyard, this is the guy that you're most likely going to come to most of the time. And you can clean out your inventory as it fills up here and get 50% of the energy credits, which is the maximum that you can get, as opposed to 30 or 40% from using the exchange or using the replicator. One thing I should note, not all vendors or bartenders or whatever, not every NPC vendor that you go to will give you 50% of the value. They are whatever 30 or 40% as well. There's a lot more crappy vendors than there are 50% vendors, if that makes any sense. Anyway, continuing on. This guy, whenever you have any damage on your ship, you can repair it here for free. It won't cost you anything. So another useful one to keep in mind. If you ever have any damage on your ship that you've picked up from playing advanced or elite content, this is where you can repair all of it for free. Right. And this is the closest mail terminal as well to the bank and exchange. There's bank and exchange, mail terminal, beam in point, docking point. Okay, let's go up to the second level. Now there's nothing really up here in the second level apart from some really, really nice artwork, like these baseball teams. These are just fantastic. These were done by Thomas Maroney, who is the lead UI and ship artist for Star Trek Online, and he done those so last minute, literally like the week before this came out. Thomas was working on that stuff, and he done an amazing job with all of them. They're just absolutely fantastic, and they really add a little bit of flavour to the upper levels of Deep Space Nine. As you would expect, you do have an upstairs to Quark's and a upstairs entrance. Let's talk to this vendor here. Let's see. Alright, so there's another 50% vendor, because straight away we can see we're getting 50% of the value. There is a third level as well, which is up here. Get up them steps. There's nothing really too fantastic, to be perfectly honest with you, on the second level or on the third level. Just that they're there. It's nice that they're there. Right. Next, we are going to. Where are we going to go? We're at the bank and exchange. Oh yes. Over here. I think it's no. That's Odo's office. So it's back this way, I think. Crud. I can't remember now. Still getting used to this Deep Space Nine. Oh, by the way, that's how you can find the Jem'hadar spot. See that icon there. Anyway, what I am looking for is the infirmary, which I was probably frickin' right beside. There it is. Right, so if you have any injuries on your captain from playing advanced or elite content, this is where you can treat them. Click on treat injuries, and you can heal everything here, again for 100% free. So another useful one to keep in mind is that one. Yeah, definitely. Okay, next we're going to go up to ops. Ops. So we'll take Turbolift and go to ops.
Consider it done.
And here we are. And This actually again was done very last minute. Actually, if you select the beam into ops option, this is where you'll materialize right here, and you just come out from there. Here's Dax's station. We all remember from Deep Space Nine. Cisco's office, and there's Kurland with Cisco's baseball. But yeah, this operations was done very last minute as well, thanks to the environment team and Nick Duguid, who is one of the environment artists, really knocked this out of the park. You can even see the pit down here as well. It's fantastic, and the view screen. It's just absolutely brilliant. Right, so what I wanted to show you guys up here is this vendor. And as you can see, it says Bridge Officer Training. And this is where you can train your bridge officers in brand new... Well, not brand new. This is where you can train your bridge officers in different abilities. So you have 4 different levels. You have common abilities, which are ensign. Alright, actually here, this is the best thing to do. Okay, so see here, 1, 2, 3, 4. Alright, this station has only 1 ability, so that's an ensign seat. Alright, that is in this station here. That is known as an ensign station because it only has 1 ability in it. This one here is a lieutenant station. Alright, and we can tell that it's a science station because of the blue. And lieutenants have 2 abilities. Okay, this one here is a lieutenant commander because it has 3 abilities, and we can see from the color that it's a tactical station. Okay, so it's a lieutenant commander tactical station. Same as this one here is a lieutenant commander engineering station. Again, we can tell by the color that it's engineering. This one here then is a commander station, and we can see again that this is also an engineer because of the color. And commanders can use up to 4 abilities. So common abilities are the first box, alright, or the ensign abilities. The uncommon or green bridge officer abilities are the lieutenant level or the second box abilities. And then you have the rare or blue quality bridge officer abilities, which are lieutenant commander level bridge officer abilities. And then you have the purple, which are the commander level bridge officer abilities. And this applies to so we're looking at tactical space now. This applies to tactical ground. Things work the very same way. Engineering space, engineering ground, science space, science ground, intelligent space, intelligent ground, and so on and so forth. Okay? And a lot of players, it's amazing how many people go to the exchange and they search for, let's say, Tactical Team 1, okay? Which is an incredible ability, and by right you should be running it on your ship, at least 1 copy. But so many people go to the exchange and search for this ability, and they pay, I don't know, 5,000, 10,000 energy credits for it, and they could come to any bridge officer trainer. There's one on Earth Space Dock as well, there's one here in Deep Space Nine, there's one on Kronos, there's one on New Romulus. They could go to the bridge officer trainer and pick up Tactical Team 1 for 250 energy credits. They don't have to pay 5 or 10,000 or whatever for the ability. You can get it here a hell of a lot cheaper. Just go to a bridge officer trainer. Now, having said that, bridge officer trainers, well, first of all, bridge officer trainers are standard throughout the game. Doesn't matter which one you go to, you will always have the same selection of abilities that you can purchase. But what I was going to say was bridge officer trainers do not have every single possible ability, but they have a wide variety of them. So, for example, this one here that I had to get, the Beam Fire at Will 3, okay, which is Lieutenant Commander ability because it's the 3rd box. Alright, that is not available because if I go down to the rare or blue abilities here, look, see, it's not there. Beam Fire at Will 3 is not included, and the only way you can get that is either from new bridge officers or crafting it. They're the only ways to get Beam Firewall 3. Outside of that, you can purchase it off the exchange. And that's what I did. I purchased it off the exchange. I showed you earlier it cost 100,000 energy credits. So, bridge officer trainers do not have every single ability, but they have a wide variety of them. And you will most likely get most of your abilities from a bridge officer trainer for a hell of a lot less than you will purchase them off the exchange. So, something worth keeping in mind. Definitely worth keeping in mind, because you could save yourself a lot of energy credits there. Right, so that's Deep Space Nine, the Grand Tour. Yeah, look at this. When you walk up to this one, it actually comes up. I think that is so cool. And look, when you walk away, it goes back down again. I think that is so awesome. Anyway, yeah, so we're going to leave it there for now. Thanks a million for watching, folks. I hope you all enjoyed this episode. If any of you have any questions or comments, feel free and leave them below. The more interaction I can get on these videos, the better, and it will help with YouTube searches and stuff like that. So if you enjoyed this episode, please leave a like. That would help me out enormously. And as I said, if you have any questions or comments, feel free to leave them below. And as always, please subscribe to the channel if you have not done so already. My name is Winters, and I'll see you next time. So until then, take care.